Hey, and welcome to another podcast, Valley Sunday. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Paco.
And I'm your other host, Jeff Cameron.
How's it going, Jeff?
Pretty awesome. How about you?
Pretty good. Doing well, hanging in. Pretty excited for this very special episode we're doing today.
Yeah, man. I think this is the first time we sat and listened to an actual Monkees record together in a long time.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's been quite some time.
And it's a record that means a lot to both of us. It is The Monkees Live 1967.
And this is definitely a record. It came out in the early 80s, but I did not know it existed when we were in our original Monkees love.
Yeah, not right away.
And and I remember finding it and being like blown away, like, oh my God, Monkees Live, it's gonna be so great. And it really is. It's a great a live recording.
Yeah, and it actually didn't surface until 87 from our friends at Rhino Records.
Oh, good old Rhino.
In June, it's some stuff says 83, but this was in 87. Rhino Records, you can't give them enough props. They're the reasons they connect us to the Monkees, and they know how and why people who enjoy rock and roll.
Yeah, they're like the rare record label people that actually like music. It seems like so many of the major labels, it's more a business than a love of music. But at Rhino, They actually seem to really care and know what other people who really care want in these special editions and things.
Yeah, and this came out during a very busy June that included the release of Missing Links Volume 1. And to get some perspective on it, this was just after MTV's Pleasant Valley Sunday Marathon in 86 and the hubbub created from that. And also, I believe they're just also trying to fill some time while the boys put together Pull It, which would see its release in August 1987. So busy times, but Rhino is pumping out the goods. And I think this is how diehards were born in the 80s. Like, after watching the show and Missing Links and this live album come out, during when you find out about the Monkees, you learn about them, you watch the show, you see them in live, like most of them, and then, did they really play their instruments? Well, boom, here's this.
Exactly.
Here's your answer.
And that was one thing when I got it, I was super excited about, because it is them live. It's them powering it out. And it's just in unreal time. It's when they jumped out of the screen and became a real band.
And there's sort of a semi-famous Mike Nesmith quote about like the types of different musicians they are. And he said it was like a really good tennis player, a really good football player, a really good basketball player, and a really good golfer got together and played baseball. We could give it a try. Maybe make a little garage band music. And I think this encapsulates that idea very much, because each of the boys gets a chance to shine, and it's just a party all around.
Yeah, and it's an interesting thing to think of, like a band who got put together for a show, and now you've got to have this camaraderie on stage, and because you're in bands, I've been in bands, it's like there is that vibe between dudes, and sometimes everyone can be really good musicians and it just doesn't work. And then other times you guys are just like, I don't even know this guy, and you just kind of start kicking around, and somehow you find a groove with these people. And I think for them, they had to do that because they're like, their first tour essentially was like a sold out arena tour.
Pretty much, yeah. And these shows in particular are taken from late August 1967, which is less than a calendar year after the show hit the airwaves. And they've put out 3 albums. And things are happening really fast. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine what that would have been like, just to be so excited to have this hit TV show, but then you're also putting out records, and then you're also playing live, and then you got to come back and do the TV show again while you're in the studio doing stuff. Then you want to write and play your own stuff, so now throw that in the mix. Just like, man, so much is happening.
And I guess this was recorded at the time to put it out, but I think just because of how fast everything was happening, once they got off the road and they continued shooting season 2, and the next album was coming out that had 0 songs from this thing, and like they just put it away. Maybe because they had to wait for 80s technology to clean up the sound a bit.
Maybe.
Who knows? But 20 years later, it came out, and we are going to get to listen to it. And also a few years later after that, in 2001, Rhino put out the summer 1967 complete U.S. concert recordings taken from Spokane, Washington, Seattle, Washington, Portland, Oregon, and Mobile, Alabama. Came out in a 4 CD set. The complete show is the same set list. I mean, from a musician's standpoint, that sounds kind of boring. But from the standpoint of how they had to kind of keep things moving, it kind of makes sense for them.
Yeah.
And like, it seems weird that they would put out the 4 separate shows, but keep in mind, the shows that these are taken from are from late August, and the Mobile, Alabama show is taken from early August. So like, is that first show kind of a train wreck?
Yeah, I wonder. And like that box set, I didn't even know existed until very recently, actually.
Yeah,
And
I guess only 3,500 of them were made.
That's crazy. I'd love to get my ears on those. If anyone wants to donate one to Podcast Valley Sunday, we'll accept it.
Sounds good to me.
And just the last thing about this record, the album cover is super awesome.
Oh, man.
You know, super awesome for what it is, right? It's like each of the 4 guys, they're each in like their own little box, giving it that. It's like a 60s vibe. It's almost like something from That Thing You Do. You know, everybody's in their own box kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah.
Each have their own colors. And for me, what really struck me is Mickey's picture, because the spotlight's kind of behind him and he's got his puffy afro hair. And so it's like a ring of like translucent whiteness around his head. And it's
hair's
awesome.
on fire if you look at it just right.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's handling it very well. But yeah, it's a really cool, it's a great record, and I'm stoked to get into it.
So how about we?
Let's do this right now. Hey. That screaming shrillness, it's like you just got to pretend you're trying to play Purple Haze or something. You know what Jimi Hendrix went through.
We're going to keep a shush count. How many times the Monkees shush the audience.
Yeah, you might need it.
Hello, then. Oh, hello. Hiya. And now let us take you down the memory lane of music to the year 1966 and the one that started it all.
Go way back.
Okay, I'm just going to talk about this now. Mickey's singing and playing drums for the first time. Singing and playing drums isn't easy. Neither, I guess, singing and playing guitar, but at least kind of got a rhythm to go with. But like drums and singing is not an easy thing to do, and he had to learn to do them both right out of the gate.
For real. It's got to be exhausting.
It does. I wonder how nervous they were before these shows.
I'll meet you at the station. You can be here by 4:30 'cause I made a reservation. Hey!
Those high backgrounds are radical. Like they
I
nailed
mean,
it.
yeah, they're pretty locked in.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty comfortable at this point.
That tambourine is spot on.
Take the last train to Clarksville. I must hang up the phone. I can hear you in this noisy railroad station. I'll go right here. Hey! Oh, no, no, no. I don't know when I'm coming home.
Like, this is technically the soundtrack to episode 32, Monkees on Tour. So
Yeah.
pairs nicely with that episode.
Yeah, it really does. They should almost come out in like a Blu-ray audio file together. Just like
Oh,
Monkees Live.
I'm sure they'll be in the Magic Locket.
Yeah, I hope so.
All the teenage girls scream
So his
for a
last
song
train,
about for a song about going off to war.
I was gonna say, is Last Train to Clarksville the happiest song about going off to die ever written? It's like, I can't see a lot of guys playing this in Vietnam at the time.
It would be like Last Train to Ukraine if they
God.
came out today.
Ooh.
Can't hear it at all. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Michael, to be here now. We're here for the song. Hello, everybody.
Michael has a new guitar, which he doesn't understand yet.
Okay. The time to look in eyes and
Here's
talk
where they're
about
like-
my song, and you just may be the one.
Like a real band, like noodling and fiddling around.
Yeah.
And for Peter and Mike, this would be
This is it.
a little, yeah, like, and more in their comfort zone, like, so they could kind of
Right.
steer the ship a bit more. But it'd be mind blowing
Oh man.
from playing coffee houses and then doing this.
Second tune is a Mike Nesmith words and music.
Yeah. And Mickey's holding his own, man. He's got those drum rolls,
Mickey's
those tom
bringing it.
rolls.
He's-
Like,
He's been playing a lot of drums, man. You know, you're at your best when you're playing drums every day.
do you think they had to like dumb down any parts for the boys to play live, like from the studio versions? Because it sounds pretty
That is a good question.
spot on.
But yeah, they didn't pick any really elaborate tunes.
Yeah,
And the tunes weren't all that. Most of the songs weren't all that elaborate to begin with, unless they were like strings and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's ways around that as well. They played more of a rock and roll version of "I Want to Be Free" that we're going to hear in a few minutes.
yeah, true enough.
The beauty within, and you know that she was a girl that I knew somewhere. You tell me things I know that I live somewhere. You're standing on the
You know what? Looking at this set list here, it's very rare up until the end. No monkey plays two back-to-back songs or sings two back-to-back songs.
Yeah, they keep it even. But listen to these harmonies here. Can he hear Mickey, or is he just guessing?
I wonder. One thing you can also say about this record is you hear the background vocals louder than on the albums, so it really lets
Yes.
you hear the nuances they put in there.
It's true. They do a whole nother thing on our show closer. I don't know if you remember, but oh boy, we're in for a treat.
That's where the mosh pit starts.
I want a circle pit there, a circle pit there, a circle pit there. That organ going.
You can hear that organ. Yeah, it's great. Who do you think's playing the organ?
I think it's Pete. He's probably playing the pedals for the bass. Do, do. You can sort of hear
Oh.
the bass isn't really bass. You remember like the organ in my house, my mama's place on Spruce Side.
Yeah. I'm going to go there after this and play Girl I Knew Somewhere.
What's that organ?
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to carry it on right now with a song by our Voted For Us midget. That one that expresses how we feel tonight here at this beautiful
The screaming increases upon midget.
flowers in our hair, flowers in our eyes. We'd like to say that it's beautiful to be here tonight.
Things that wouldn't fly in 2022.
And as Mike is sitting on the guitar, we had to tell you how beautiful we think this wonderful place is. It's so nice to be here on this night, feeling free and helping and loving.
Mickey's dying right now.
He's
When we're all free and happy.
taking a breather and also vamping nonstop with the talking.
Yeah.
This is called tuning. We're putting an album out of this pretty soon. We tune because we care.
One of the greatest inventions was the tuning pedal that would turn off the sound while you tuned.
Like the bluebirds flying by me, like the waves out on the blue sea. If your love has to tell me, oh, child, say goodbye.
What a superb version of I Want to Be
This
Free.
is like a third version of this song.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like the only version I don't like is like the main version of it. Like,
It has its purpose. It works.
Exactly.
It's the Davy Jones schmaltzy song that works, but not like the fast version that we call from the pilot is cool too. But this is great. This
yeah.
is perfect.
This is like the
This
album
is
version.
garagey. It's good.
This is like the album version and the TV version had a baby.
Yeah.
And this is what it is.
And Davy's crushing it.
Is he ever?
Like before Daydream Believer, this was his song.
It's, yeah. I wonder if he was like 4 songs in. Guys, what are you doing, man? I'm the star here, man. 4th song.
He comes in, he's band cleanup,
Yeah, that's true.
and like, hey girls, here I am.
Yeah, I guess you
And,
got to
like, he's-
build up to Davey.
And he's on his knees at the front of the stage. Just
I'd throw my boxers at him.
Always have the fun doing all those things.
like you said about Mike and Peter about being a musician in front of these people. How about being Davy Jones in front of an arena full of screaming girls?
Oh my God.
That's a different kind of dream come true.
This is my favorite part here.
And he's
Friend, babe, we can make it through the end, babe. Again, babe, I've got to say,
Oh, I love it.
wanna be free. I wanna be free.
Come on now.
I wanna be free.
Hit me, Davey.
I wanna be free.
Oh man.
and the guys crush it.
Yeah,
It's a great tune.
it's amazing.
That goes for all of us. We all want to be
That goes for all of us.
You don't want to be tied down either, babe.
I love Mike's intro here
The
too.
37th Olympics.
For everybody's
Thank TWA for playing all the contestants here tonight. I'd like to do a song off of our latest album called Headquarters. Oh, you know it. It's called Scroungy Girlfriend.
I feel this was the first time I'd heard Sunny Girlfriend.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Operates her own sunshine factory.
And what a song this is.
Yeah. It's also on the show. All of these Monkee songs are on the show.
I love when he tells him too fast.
Well, she's got a book that tells about every.
Little ad-lib.
And she can make you slow while making your mind
Fucking Mickey brings it
Oh,
in his
man.
backups.
It's amazing. It's so good. I love Mickey going super high there. And here. Bring it down. Bring it down, kids. Bring it down.
gazing down the lights as red as thunder. Well, she can send you on your way.
Mickey using that like crash ride instead of like a ride or a hi-hat just makes it mind like a frenzy.
It's for real. It's so heavy. Like heavy. That's the only way you can think.
Yeah. And the two vocals and him wailing. Oh,
It's just like Slayer, man.
it is just like Slayer. I read an interview with Kerry King where he said Monkees Live 67 is why he picked up a guitar.
Makes sense.
I met Kerry King once.
Get out of town.
Yeah, I did. He's terrifying, but very nice.
It's good. You met a lot of people, Paco.
What is that
Oh.
Gabardine voice?
Here we go.
Man with a rayon acetate throat.
Asking that musical question.
Peter's fans there. Screaming his name out. What up?
She says she
This is an interesting cut to go live with. Like,
What else are you gonna get Peter to say?
it's true. I get it, but it's interesting because it's such an like a studio tune where he does all that fun stuff to try to redo it live. Is it's either gonna work or not work, right?
It's true.
He makes it
Imagine
work.
being Peter. Imagine being Peter. You're having a bad day, but later at night, you gotta go play Anti Griselda.
Yeah,
Does that help, or does it put you in a better mood?
I don't know.
Or are you just kind of goddamn this song?
Yeah, that's what gets to strap on the banjo later.
Oh, dude, forget about it.
I know she's a having a bit. She doesn't like me a bit. No bird of grace.
Here we go, kids. Push record. Slide whistle.
Busted out a slide whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
You know what would have been awesome? If on one of the tours with or one of the concert with Jimi Hendrix, they brought him
Yeah.
out for that part and he just made a ton of
Oh.
noise out of his guitar and just like effed it
my
all
God.
up. Oh, that'd be amazing.
Wow.
Let's start a rumor right now that it did happen, but no one recorded it. Have you ever heard it? It's around. It's hard to find.
I bet
but
I've heard it's on. Yeah. It's only on vinyl cylinders.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
Can't play them anyway.
yeah, if you drop it, it's shattered, and everybody dropped it.
No. Grizzle da da. There weren't many Pete songs to choose from.
Yeah,
back
that would've
in
been a
this
bummer.
time.
What's the name of this song? Never forget it.
how filthy that sounds.
Amazing. I know this is going to sound like an obvious thing, but the band playing live is the band from the show. Like the garage band playing in their living room, the four of them, and like all the songs you hear on the record, the version of the band on the TV show, this is what they would have sounded like if they really wrote them themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, I think, I fully agree. Like, this is a touchstone for, like, the Good Times album. Like, this is what they sound like.
Yeah.
Like, literally. That's my fucking definition. It's just the four of them singing and playing all the music.
Yeah. And one thing to point out on that chorus, when Davy Jones does the backgrounds, the part.
He chips in.
I love it. I love it. I think he does the next time too, so I'll shut up for that one, but man.
Wasn't he cool?
I love it. I don't know why.
It's like how Hendrix could play lead and rhythm at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I read somewhere that that's where Hendrix got that from when he was on tour with the Monkees. He was like, "You ever heard Forget That Girl, man?" That was
Thank God I was not mid-sip.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That interview's actually on the B-side of that acetate record with Hendrix playing with the Monkees. It's hard to
Damn
find.
it. You gotta turn it inside out. You ever tried to turn like a paper towel roll inside out? That's what you have to do with that cylinder. That's how deep cut that is. That's why it's called that. Listen to the boys.
Thank you.
Woo.
And now let us take you
It sounds like Mickey has the microphone in his mouth.
with a sucker-to-me sound of sweet young thing.
Back to Papa Nez.
Come on now. What an awesome intro to this. Having the snares on the one there. In this song, you can almost hear Mike's voice, the swagger. Like, he's like, fuck yeah, I'm Michael Nesmith, the goddamn Monkees. Here we go, kids.
Like, he gets to do his fucking songs.
Yeah. It's another thing with the Monkees is when they're doing backups and stuff, you can hear the individual guys.
Yes,
And
yes.
in a lot of bands, it gets mixed up. It just sounds like background vocals. But here, you can hear the three of them doing
Yes, it's
it.
very. Each have a distinct voice, and you just know them. Like, unless you're super deep in Aerosmith, you don't know what Brad and Tom sound like. But like, because of the Monkees, because you see them on the show, you know what all the guys sound like.
Steven Tyler's like, I'll tell you what this sound like. Sound like, shut the fuck up! But yeah, those background vocals are fantastic. Like,
Oh yeah,
they're so good live. Like, I haven't listened to this in so long, and listening to it now, it's just like, holy crap, I forgot how good this is.
they've been touring since the end of the season of the show, and like, they're warmed up, man.
Riding the highest of highs, like just after Headquarters, just after the first season.
Well, yeah, they're already back from London after the Sgt. Pepper knocked them off the top of the charts.
But they also got to hang out with the Beatles.
There's all that too, but there was also kind of a bittersweetness to the whole ordeal. They did it.
Yeah.
back to this.
Step me a beat, class. Come on.
Kicking
Oh, I love
some
this part.
real beats.
But wait.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, wait a minute, I'm not ready. Wait a minute, I'm not ready. I'm sorry, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not
Okay.
ready. Wait a minute, I'm not ready. Okay, I'm ready.
Just immediately back to it.
Wait a minute, I'm not ready yet. Wait a minute, wait a minute.
I know.
Okay, I'm ready. Okay.
And see, there's still a show.
Yep.
We still have a little show and comic gags and stuff.
Without being corny about it. It's just fun.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Yeah,
that
man.
circle pit is huge. Just
They're
tearing
like locked
around.
in. Like, you know, in the episode when they're like jumping to count its songs in, because they got to do it visually, most of it.
Yeah,
Just watching each other.
it's awesome.
It sounds great.
Oh, the Davy background, how it goes up higher there.
Like, yeah, man.
Where you
Like,
going
we could,
to?
like how they recorded it, we could hear everything, but they could not hear everything.
Yeah, so that shows you how locked in they had to be.
What can I do to make you leave me? Whatever it was, I didn't mean to. You know I never would try and hurt you. Mary, Mary, where you going to?
And I have to wonder if at some point when Mike's up there playing this song or Sweet Young Thing or whatever, if he's like, these are my songs. Like, I wrote these songs. They're coming out.
Two back to back.
Like, yeah, man. Unreal. From being the MC at the Hoot Nannies to playing in front of 13,000 people or whatever.
For sure. It's got to be something else.
And also hearing Mickey singing your song. Like, I don't even have to sing my own song. I can write them, and other people are singing them.
Where you going to?
Fantastic.
The showbiz kid from California could knock him out of the park for me. Hey, why not?
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Where you going to? Mary, Mary, Mary. Where you going to? Mary, Mary, Mary. Where you going to?
This part's very punk rocky sounding. This might be controversial, but I say without the Monkees, we would have never had Minor Threat. No Black Flag, no Flipper, nothing.
Mary, where you going to? Mary, Mary, where you? Are y'all done?
Yeah, I'm all through.
Where you?
At the Mobile show, they do this for 45 minutes.
Are y'all
I
through?
love when he just screams Mary after one of these things.
Bye. You sure you're through?
You bring the crowd up.
Mary! You lied to me.
You can leave. I won't do it anymore. I really won't do it anymore. Come on, I'll show you. I'm in such good faith, I'll leave. No, you gotta leave the microphone here. That's no fair.
I gotta leave the microphone.
I'm through. I won't do it anymore.
Like you can see them.
Yeah, exactly.
Mary, 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 where you go to? Mary, 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 where you go to? Mary, 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 where you? Mike?
Okay, so that brings us to the end of part 1 of the Monkees Live 1967. Who knew this would be 2 parts?
Wow, what a surprise.
It truly is. But anyway, I hope you dig it. There's a lot more coming up. The second half of the show has not as many hits, but a lot of highlights, I'd say.
Yeah, man. A few solo moments with the guys. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So remember, come check us out. 2 weeks, be here or be squeer.
That's not going to catch on.
I think it is. It's like Peter's, what the hell does he say? That's refreshing. We're both trying to get a catchphrase near the end of the series. All right,
Great.
so from me, Paco,
Hey, me, Jeff.
have yourselves a Monkees little evening.
Thank you. See you soon.